Wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter. Wi-Fi acting crazy, but it is what it is. We're going to get through it. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared at the Flow Show, no filter, are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Whoa. Wow. Happy Hump Day, otherwise known as Wonderful Wednesday. I am a little upset because the Wi-Fi is doing what it does when it rains. So I'm going to do the best I can to deal with the Wi-Fi. But one thing about it, the podcast interface don't never fail me. So it will be clear as day on the podcast. C Tuck Cleveland in the building. I appreciate you, bro. Everybody, I was so excited for this show today. I ain't gonna lie, it was like Christmas, man. I almost wanted to start the show at 6:30 a.m. because I've been up. This Diddy trial, is shaping up to be one for the ages. And either Diddy is watching my content and got Stevie J, like they are studying my content or something. Because the moves they making now is almost like they're listening to me. And we got to talk about it with the lawyer. Y'all know I've been bashing Diddy and his legal team the whole entire time. I've been saying they horrible, used car salesman. Diddy gonna get 100 million years fooling with this defense team. Y'all know I've been saying this since September. I don't know any other podcast or YouTuber or anybody that has been screaming about how terrible this defense is. And remember, if you go back in time, if you could remember some of the previous episodes, I was like, you would think somebody with Diddy and his money would assemble an organized dream team like OJ. And this team look nothing like it. And then yesterday, this week, all hell broke loose. And now this going to be a close trial, y'all. We're going to have to tune in. You know, I've been telling you, always call it down the middle. You might not want to hear this, but Diddy just raised his chances of beating this to me by 500%. He actually has real capable lawyers that we need to pay close attention to. I mean, unbelievable. Moments before this trial, Diddy pulls this move. This is a Mohawk Diddy move. This is why I nicknamed him Mohawk Diddy. Because Mohawk Diddy, whether you love him or hate him, Mohawk Diddy was unstoppable. Mohawk Diddy once ran in 2001 or 2. He ran a marathon. He had a busted knee, a torn Achilles. This is the lies. This is what they said. I don't know if this is all true, but he finished that race and gave $1 million to charity. And he probably went and enjoyed all the baby oil he wanted to and had a freak off after that. Who knows? But y'all, either I'm that good to where I called out that Diddy even know that his team horrible. See, one thing about me, Diddy might not, I ain't gonna say Mike. Diddy don't like my ass. No Diddy. But one thing about it, whether you like somebody or not, you know when they know what the fuck they talking about. And I just don't want to believe that Stevie J and them really paying that much attention to my content, even though they're in my comment section and all of this. But I swear, because what took him so long? It was almost like Stevie J was like, man, flow right. You got a horrible legal team, Diddy. You're gonna have to step it up. Not only that, I pinpointed the amount of time that Diddy, when he got Mark Garagos, I told y'all things had changed. Before anybody reported on it, Mark Garagos, I can tell Diddy's whole defense switched gears and started operating like a competent legal team. And the funny thing is, guess who just now reporting that? You know, I said this on my podcast days and days and days ago. Might have even been last week I said it. When I told y'all, I said things is changing. He got Garagos, somebody who actually knows what they're doing. We need to pay attention. Guess who's uttering those same words today? TMZ yesterday when they broke the news about this new lawyer, but we about to get into all of that. That's what the show. I had to give you a really good intro to today's show. This is one of the most excited I've been for a show probably since we started, and I'm just talking about excitement because it actually feels like the damn trial has started. That's how crazy this week has been. And I had to give you a hell of an intro, but hope everybody's doing well. That's what we're talking about. Before we get into that, just want to shout out some of my close ones, my friends and family, for holding me down all the time, and it just feels good, man. I to have a beautiful son that, you know, been there like Ike and Mike since the day he came into this world. Since from that time on, we've been the best friends, man. Best friends. It was times I would drop him off to his mother, and he loves his mom. And I don't know if he would get mad if I say this, but I believe he's a mama's boy in a good way. He loves his mama. Like my dad always told me, I'm your daddy, but and make sure you always support your mama. Daddy gonna be all right. Mama needs your support 24/7. So when I say he a mama's boy, I mean he a boy that looks out for his mama and loves his mama. But it was days, y'all. We were so close. It was days I would drop my son off when he was 6, 7 years old. He would just bust out in tears. Or it was times he was 2, 3 years old. 2 years old, I would drop him off and give him to his grandmother, his mom's mother, and he would grab onto me like Velcro. You would need the jaws of life to pull them off of me, man. And just that love between us is special, and it's something I never ever will take for granted. Love that boy. But it's not just about my sons. My whole group, man. Justin, my college buddy, Cash, my best friend Darnell, us. We all knew each other when we didn't have shit. We were kids. Now we're all grown. We didn't have mustaches. We didn't have nothing. Now we all got gray hair, and we raising our kids. We met each other. We didn't have kids. We didn't have careers. We didn't have nothing. And then to go 20, 30 years from now, from when we met each other, even 40 years, and Justin is at the top of the corporate ladder and raising a beautiful son. His son is, I believe, 14. And that's all we talk about, y'all. We a bunch of fathers who love the shit out of our sons and our children, and that's all we talk about. I talked to Justin yesterday, my best friend Darnell. We talk about it's just so much joy, man, and I appreciate it. And I want everybody to appreciate theirs and love theirs and understand nothing comes between or nothing is more important than our children. And that's just where I come from. And before I get into this Diddy, I'm gonna tell you a quick story that changed, that really showed me how important it is. You know, my goal was, I saw a lot of drama when I was coming up. So my goal was, I didn't want my son to see me acting a fool and this and that. I just think that it just leaves bad memories in your kids. Some of the stuff I saw out of adults, it wasn't the worst things, but it just, when you see just a lot of blow ups and stuff, it sits with you, and you don't want to do that to your child. So my son was 2 years old, and me and his mom were going through, we were super young, a lot going on. We were going through our thing that everybody goes through. And she didn't want me to, like, it was a time period where she was mad at me, didn't want me to see him. you know how we go through that. But like I said, he has a beautiful mother. This is nothing about his mother at all. She is the best son's mother you could ever have in your life. I appreciate her for that. But this particular story, my son was 2 years old. I went up to the daycare because I don't care who, nobody stopping me from seeing my son. I went up to the daycare that he went to at 2 years old, and I got a chance to see him. I didn't care what nobody thought, right? So my son comes. So then his mother comes up there. She's upset that I'm up there seeing my son. I'm blame her. She a mother. She didn't want me to see him. Here she comes. So she comes up there, put him in the car, and now me and her are arguing. Now pay attention. My son is 2 years old. That's an important part of the story. He's 2 years old. He's back in his car seat with the windows up. Me and his mom arguing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I didn't say anything out the way because one thing about it, I'm not going to disrespect no woman. I might plead my case, but in my family, we're not going. Men check men, women check women. I'm never going to check a woman or disrespect her or anything. So, but with a man, I give a man any smoke and whatever he want at any drop of a dime. So anyway, so we going back and forth and this and that. But one of the statements I made was, I'm just trying to see my son. And I remember saying that. Now let's fast forward. Everything was cool. She ended up getting the car and leaving. And I did get a chance to see my son. I was happy. Fast forward to my son is 5 years old now. My son said, "Hey, Dad." He smiled at me. He looked at me. He said, "Hey, Dad, you remember that time when you came to my daycare?" And I'm thinking like, huh, what are he talking about? Because I'm not, no way in hell I'm thinking he remembered anything from 2 years old. And so I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, you was talking, you was yelling. I don't know if he said I was yelling at mom or talking to mom, but I don't know. He said, "You was talking to mom and you said you was just trying to see your son." And he lit up with the biggest smile ever. My heart melted and dropped to the floor. I said, "Son, I remember that day. I was trying to see you. Yeah, and I would do anything to see you." That day, I didn't tell my son, but that day I realized they always watching. And don't nothing feel better to a children, especially a son to his father, to know that his father got his back and he don't give a fuck who cares about what anybody got to say. And so that day forward, I always knew the key to my happiness, the key to my son's happiness was to always put him first. My dad always told me, they didn't ask to be here. My son didn't ask to be here. I brought him here. And since I brought him here, it's my fucking responsibility to make sure he gets and has everything he needs. That's all that means something to me. I could be sleeping on a park bench, homeless. As long as my son is all right, I'll be cheesing from ear to ear. So everybody enjoy theirs. We enjoy ours. I just had to shout out Justin and Cash. And Cash was just took his son. Their sons are younger than mine. He just took his son to spring break in LA. Just a lot of good things going on. So shout out to everybody and everybody's children and everybody out there that goes hard for theirs. Shout out to you. And we're gonna get into this Diddy stuff, y'all. So y'all know I have been screaming about the Diddy's legal team. And damn it, Diddy agreed with me. Because if he didn't revamp his legal defense, damn. Remember how I told y'all this was an easy one? Not no more. Tune the fuck into this trial. Y'all know I've been telling you, I always keep it real with y'all. Up until this last week, Diddy had the worst legal defense I've ever seen. And it was like either he heard my podcast or I don't think he did. I think I just called it. And he switched gears. And now it's Garagos. They just brought in Brian Steele, Young Thug's attorney. If you remember, Young Thug's a rapper who had a RICO, who was They had all type of evidence. We thought Young Thug was going away for 100 years. Young Thug sitting at home right now because of Brian Steele. At the last minute, he took a plea deal, and the only reason the prosecution did the plea deal is because they didn't have him. And Young Thug's other defendants were found innocent. Everybody knows and says if Young Thug would have went ahead and took it to the jury, he would have been found innocent. Diddy got Brian Steele now. Not only that, Diddy is now trying to get a prominent black woman attorney to diversify his legal team. And they taking a page out of OJ's book. And this, I'm about to break this down. I don't know how long this is going to take y'all, but just be patient today, because today it's a lot to break down. And I'm coining this phrase right now. So if you hear somebody take it, you know where it came from. OJ had his dream team, and Diddy is coming with his "It Was All a Dream" team. Let's get into this article. I'm gonna take it straight from TMZ, y'all. This is explosive news. I am speechless. I called it out, but damn, I didn't know Diddy would make the adjustment, and especially at the last minute like this. But y'all, he has put together a real defense team now. Now, if I'm a betting man, of course, I still think he's going to be found guilty because the evidence is damning. But it ain't. I wouldn't bet my life on it. Like, I wouldn't put a lot of money on it because these lawyers that he pulled in are something else. So first, I'm going to get into what Diddy's doing, and then I'm going to tie it to how it ties to the OJ trial and how they're taking a page out of OJ's book. And we'll see if it works or not. But let's go to TMZ. And TMZ said a lot. I swear TMZ, you already know TMZ listening to me too, because listen, you'll see in this article what they say that they just now broke in this article that I've already told y'all last week about Garagos. But here we go. TMZ with one of the most explosive articles that have come out just because this whole legal defense shakeup is, I mean, did he just put himself in a much better position to try to gain his freedom? Like I said, my gut's still telling me he will be found guilty, but I'm not as sure about it as I was 2 weeks ago. So the article is Diddy on hunt for black female lawyer must be available now. Okay, goes on to say Diddy wants a black woman in his corner when his federal trial begins in less than 3 weeks. That's why he's searching for a new attorney to add to his defense team. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Diddy's lawyers are searching for a black female attorney to join his current trial team of Mark Agnifilo and Tenny Garagos, who is the daughter of Mark Garagos. Keep in mind, the mogul's attorneys have already raised race as a critical part of its defense, accusing the feds of trying to take down a rich, successful black man. Mark and Tenny are both white, so that could be why Diddy is looking to diversify his panel of counselors. But we're told this new addition is not just for appearances, and the new attorney must have legal chops to tackle what's sure to be hard-fought case. This is shaping up, y'all. So check this out. Rico left. That was his only black attorney, Rico. But if you notice now that this has all come since Garagos has took over. Even the TMZ article goes on to say that our sources say high-powered attorney Mark Garagos will have a significant role in Diddy's case. TMZ just broke this news yesterday. When did I tell you guys Mark Garagos' fingerprints was all on this now? Last week? On my content, on my social media, no publication publicized that. TMZ just now said it yesterday. I'm a week ahead of everybody in the news. When it comes to this Diddy trial, ain't nobody touching me. I told you my goal is for my community, for all y'all to be ahead and know more than y'all friends when it comes to these cases, especially this Diddy trial. And if I want to pat myself on the back, I'm doing a damn good job. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I can continue to call out stuff like at this pace. I'm even surprised. I'm like, it's like a dream. I'm like, I've been shitting on Diddy's attorneys all this time. And then in the final quarter, he just revamps and changes. So obviously he understood what I was saying and agreed with me. Whether he liked me or not, Diddy agreed with me that his legal defense team is shitty. And he's beefing it up. And Mark Garagos is in control. And you know how I can tell? See, Mark Agnifilio didn't know what he was doing. He seems like one of those lawyers who are just known because he has a big name and maybe he has some notoriety, but he did too much talking. He did too much talking. And I'm going to give a spoiler alert about the OJ thing and what Garagos is bringing to this team. Y'all know me. I'm just calling it down the middle. I'm just educating and letting y'all know what's going on. So as this trial go, you will be prepared. Like, oh, he said this legal team was serious. I want y'all to be prepared for what's upcoming. But one thing that they did different, that they did too much of, is Diddy and his legal team did too much exposing of what their what their defense was gonna be. And what I mean by that, and this is how I knew it was unorganized and it was horrible. His whole defense was horrible. That, you know, they were talking about Diddy's a black man and they were trying to win public opinion. Because why were they trying to win public opinion? Because Diddy was trying to get out. See, they weren't thinking about the trial at that time. Diddy was trying to win public opinion to help him get bail. But in doing that, he exposed his strategy. The strategy that he is going to use the race card. He is going to say that this is straight racism. They're doing this to him because he's a black man. And Agnifilio been saying that since the beginning. But contrast that to the OJ trial. If you old enough to remember it or if you studied it, we were blindsided by OJ's defense strategy. We thought he was going to pick apart we thought OJ's defense team would pick apart the timeline. We thought OJ's defense team would pick apart the evidence. That's what the public thought before the OJ trial started. Nobody knew that the race card was going to be pulled. You know when we found out? During the trial, out the blue, and it caught everybody by surprise. And they went on to do what they did. So let's go back to Diddy's legal defense. They've been blabbing, exposed their own hand. But if you notice, they ain't been blabbing about no strategies ever since Garagos came. But they have been preparing themselves for the race card. See, Garagos is from that school of lawyer where you make moves. You don't talk about your moves, or you don't tell what your next move is going to be. And if you notice now, they're not talking about the race card, but they're preparing for the race card. How are they preparing? Well, they're trying to get a black attorney, black female. They want to have a black female up there speaking, as they say, Diddy doesn't harm women. Diddy, you know, I know the whole defense. I see the whole strategy plain as day. They want to paint the picture that Diddy, these are just his girlfriends. He didn't do anything to anybody. He wouldn't. He loves women, black women, all women. But if you got 3 witnesses, and I believe they all black, but we do know Cassie's a black woman. If you want to use the race card, you better have a black woman on the defense team. And I believe that's what Garagos told him. But this is explosive, y'all, because he changed the whole. Now we really have to watch this trial. I'm telling y'all, I'll say it again. Before, y'all know, y'all been on here. this was an open shut case with the legal team Diddy had. I didn't know how many years he would get. I just knew he would be found guilty and get a bazillion years with that defense team he was working with. And he must got the picture he must on his own. He looked at it and said, this ain't gonna work, or I don't know what happened. He brought in Mark Garagos and everything's been changed. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. So we're gonna continue to talk about what is Diddy's whole MO. Well, now it's been exposed. See, what if I told you Diddy's defense is copying OJ's defense? The only thing is they kind of exposed their hand before, but now under Garagos, it's a whole new ball game. So what that means is the prosecution is going to have to make sure they are on top of their game. The things they got away with before, like you know, because Diddy and his illegal team were kind of shooting themselves in the foot and all kind of stuff before. So the prosecution was doing their thing and handling it. But now they have to cross every T, dot every I. Mark Garagos, who was famously known for defending Michael Jackson and bringing on a black woman. I'm gonna go into the black woman that I think that Diddy is going to pull. This is just another guess from me, but if he gets one of these black women attorneys, then at that point, I'm gonna know that Diddy is watching my content, or Stevie J, or somebody. Check out this clip, my content, because towards the end, I break down the two women that Diddy might possibly be bringing on to the team. Tell you a little bit about them. Listen to this video. Y'all, this game has changed. My content, because he just made a move that's now making this case too close to call. What if I told you Diddy is looking for a black woman attorney now? Y'all, this getting crazy. I'm going to tell you about who she is and some other women. But remember I told you Mark Garagos? Yeah. Oh, man, my bad, y'all. My bad. It's one of those days. This case is just unbelievable at this point. Is he watching my content? Because he just made a move that's now making this case too close to call. What if I told you Diddy is looking for a black woman attorney now? Y'all, this getting crazy. I'm going to tell you about who she is and some other women. But remember I told you Mark Garagos? He a crazy attorney. He got some moves. Y'all going to want to put y'all seatbelts on. This Diddy trial is about to be closer than I thought. So remember when I told you yesterday that Diddy looking for extra time, an extra few weeks, and they were claiming it was about 200 emails and all of that? Well, now we found out what it's really about, and it's deep. What it really is this, and stay with me. Diddy has an attorney, all his attorneys are white. And the reason why is because this one left, Rico, and he said he can't even defend Diddy, even though he actually defended. Y'all know Diddy's team, and I've been saying it, been looking like used car salesman, but Garagos came in, and he been making moves. Garagos said, Diddy, you trying to use the race card in this trial, but you got nothing but a bunch of white attorneys. You're going to need to get some color in this attorney team. Diddy said, you right. I didn't think about that. That's why I brought you on this team, because Mark Agnafili don't know what he's doing. Now, we know one of the victims for sure is a black woman, Cassie. Now, this only makes sense. Now, let's look into what black women is Diddy about to choose. I got some guesses, and I've been right a lot of times. Let's see how this goes. First, we got attorney Tiffany Simmons. She is famous for winning a $160 million verdict for a wrongful death, and it was a big record company that was to blame. That's her right here, but the one I really think, let me break this down because this is the one I think if I had to lean one way or the other. Well, so we got two. We got Tiffany Simmons. We got Tiffany Simmons. This is the one I think if I had to lean one way or the other. Well, ladies and gentlemen, meet Jasmine Rand. This probably the one. So we got Tiffany Simmons, and Jasmine Rand are the two that if I was to guess what black women Diddy is trying to bring on, those are my two guesses. If he brings on one of those two, y'all, I'm gonna have to block him from my podcast and my content. I'm gonna have to block Stevie J. I'm gonna have to block all the bad boy because I think they looking at my stuff. So let me tell you, Tiffany Simmons, what is she known for? She is known for winning a $160 million settlement case for out of a large record company. They won't say who the record company is, but a large record company. It was lives lost at an event. They were found to be held liable, and they found her to be they found the person to be held liable, and it was 160 million, and she won it. That was a huge case. But not only that, another thing about Tiffany Simmons, she's a black woman, but another thing about her, she is a criminal defense attorney who is literally undefeated. She hasn't lost a case in 15 years. Could be her. Now, the other one when I did some digging, I said another possibility is Jasmine Rand. Who is Jasmine Rand? If you don't know Jasmine Rand, you may know her legal partner, Ben Crump. Ben Crump, most people know him from the Trayvon Martin case, Rasheem Carter case, which is a case that actually got me started on my journey that I am on to this day. Jasmine Rand is his partner, civil rights attorney. Also has a great record. I don't know what her record quite is, but she is a beast. So those are the two names I'm throwing out there. Let's see if Diddy goes with any of those two or he goes with someone else. But like I said, if he does pick one of those, like I said, it's gonna be either I'm just that freaking good, or they are fucking watching and listening to everything I'm talking about and coming together with a plan. I don't know, y'all. It's weird. It's very weird. And I'm not the one to think everybody doing it. I have to wait till so much happen before I really will say, hold up, something strange. Because I know coincidences can happen all the time. So, and that's what I look at stuff as most of the time. That's just a coincidence. But at this point, it's getting crazy. And like I said, either I'm just calling it out or I don't know, y'all. But we're going to talk about Brian Steele. Now, Brian Steele, I told you, most famously got Young Thug out of prison, beat his case. Actually, Young Thug was like our third or fourth episode of this podcast. One of our biggest episodes is the episode about the work that Brian Steele did on Young Thug's case. Go back and check out the episodes. But that's like one of our most downloaded episodes. So we know about Brian Steele. TMZ covered this one again. Diddy, I want Young Thug's lawyer defending me. That's the title of the article. Brian Steele is a beast. And I'm going to tell you another thing, reason why Diddy is assembling all these high power, besides that they're all good lawyers and he's trying to beat the case. But there's something else. And I'm going to get to that after this article. Don't let me forget. So Diddy is looking to beef up his legal defense team with an attorney famous for defending Young Thug in court. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, Georgia attorney Brian Steele wants to be admitted to practice law in the Southern District of New York so he can help defend Diddy at a trial. Diddy targeting Brian to join his growing legal team is interesting. As we reported, our sources told us Diddy's camp was searching for a black female attorney to join his current trial. So far, he hasn't been able to get a black female attorney, but he got Brian Steele. So Brian Steele could either be in place of the black female attorney, or he added Brian Steele because he was available, and he's looking at it like, I'll try to get a black female, but if I can't, hey, I'm good with who I got. Who knows? But let's go on to this article. Our sources also say high-powered attorney Mark Garagos will assume a significant role in Diddy's case. Here they go again. But I said it first, while Mark and Tenney will continue to be lead counsel. Hey, look, Mark and Tenney are lead just because they don't want to make it look like they're unorganized because they've been the lead all this time. But you bet your bottom dollar Mark Garagos is driving this bus. Diddy's defense team has been doing some shuffling recently. Y'all know attorney Anthony Rico jumped ship back in February. Brian, looking to join the fold, comes virtually at the 11th hour. Jury selection in Diddy's federal trial is scheduled for May 5th. Mark and Tenney asked the judge to push it back a couple weeks. We'll see if that works. But couple things. One, we know that was BS when they were asking for extra time because of some emails that they wanted. Because them emails, there was so many emails and they wanted to get through and have time. Remember yesterday we said, and we talked about right here on the Flow Show, No Filter, that was gamesmanship and it wasn't about no fucking emails. Well, yesterday they broke the news that Diddy was looking for more attorneys. That's why they wanted more time. Another thing we called out on this platform. We on fire with calling it out, y'all. Only thing I can't call out is what's going to happen. I don't know once this trial starts. I'm telling you, it's all kind of nasty stuff going to be said, all type of evidence. Who knows? We might see more evidence of Diddy putting his hands on people. We don't know. We don't know what they have in discovery. But now the point that I didn't want y'all to let me forget is go back to Rico. Go back to the attorney Rico who left. Do y'all remember what his reason for leaving was? Other than maybe he was disgusted, that's for us to speculate. But his main thing that he stood on was that he said it wasn't enough time. You see, they looked at that superseding indictment and Rico said, it ain't enough time. We need months and months and months and months of an extension. Diddy looked at him and said, I ain't standing here no months and months and months waiting on your ass. Go ahead on. And Diddy let him go. But think about it. Okay, so now, what is Diddy known for doing? If he needs something done fast or something right in his mind, he gonna just throw money at it. So I believe, in my humblest opinion, that tends to be fucking right. I believe this is another reason why he's assembling all of these different lawyers to make up for all of the time that he actually needs. What do I mean by that? Well, it goes back to when I used to renovate homes. And I had developed a technique that made me able to renovate homes much faster than my competition. And so I did simple math. If it takes 4 guys 60 days to renovate a home, it should take 8 guys 30 days. Let me say that again. I came up with a strategy, and I used to renovate I contracted, flipped homes. I did all of that. Anybody knows I was really heavy real estate back in the day. That was one of my loves. Still is. But while everybody was just going with their 4-man crew, I would do my renovations where I would have all kind of different guys working at the same time. Hey, look, you do the bathroom and kitchen, you do the floors, you do this, that, and we all synchronize it and work together so we were able to do 3 months worth of work in 30 days, where everybody else was taking 2, 3, 4, 5 months to renovate. I was knocking them out in 30 days or less, full renovations. And so, why am I even talking about that? Well, I believe Diddy is employing the same exact strategy. He's saying, well, if we need an extra 2, 3 months, and that's what this legal team I had. Remember, this is before Garagos, Brian Steele, and all of that. In his mind, well, we don't need more time. We just need more lawyers. So this lawyer can focus on this evidence. This lawyer can focus on this evidence. And we can do 3 months worth of work in 2, 3 weeks. That's what I believe is happening. Other than him trying to just get better legal help, I think he is assembling all of these different lawyers because with all the evidence that came in a new superseding indictment, it's almost like, okay, how can I make up for the time? I'm just going to hire more lawyers. And that's what he's doing. Get your popcorn ready. Shout out to everybody. Hey, look, the community is just as excited about this trial coming up as I am. It's history. It's a chance for victims to be held accountable, or it's a chance for an innocent man to walk free. Who knows how it's going to turn out? Y'all know where I stand. I believe he's guilty, but I'm not on the jury. I'm not a defense lawyer. I'm not a prosecutor. So we'll see what they decide. But shout out to the community. You know how many messages I get, like, I love how you covered, or I'm thankful, or waiting for the trial. And it's genuine excitement just to be like dissecting and breaking down something that we have come together as a community since October 30th. October 30th. We've been waiting for a May trial date since October 30th. Together, covering. I said to myself, how is it going to be enough Diddy news to even talk about daily all the way up until May? And here we are almost at the trial, and damn if it wasn't enough Diddy news to cover it from October to April to May. And through that bonding that we've all done, we've talked about the cases, the ups, the downs, we've been on pins and needles together, waiting for verdicts, remember how many times we've been waiting for him to get bail or get denied. And, it seemed like every time if you remember, after he got denied the last time, everybody and their mama told us that was his last bail chance. Next thing I know, Diddy was up for bail again. Everybody hitting my DM like, what's going on? How is he getting another chance at bail? I'm like, I don't fucking know. He's got a mohawk. Shit, I don't know. I pretty much know 90%, but the 10% I don't know, I blame it on the mohawk. But we've been through all that together. We've rolled this whole roller coaster together. Victims whose stories made us cry. Some victims' stories made us question, was it true? Which is always hard to do. We never want to question victims, but some stories are so outlandish, you have to say, is this true? And we shared all that together. So as we come up on this trial that we've been waiting for together as a community, as a platform, it's an exciting time. I mean, but other than the excitement, there are real victims. There are real horrible things that are being alleged. And this is the hour and the time of accountability. See, at the Flow Show No Filter, We all about accountability. And we all about no filter. Straightforward honesty. If you can't handle it, what's that old saying? If you can't handle the heat, you got to get out of the kitchen. See, every day, all day long, people say things to me that I don't like. But I always tell myself, everybody has freedom of speech. What they eat don't make me shit. So I don't get bent out of shape or get personal about things people say, because I love it. I come from a group of friends. It's a tight circle. It's 4 or 5 of us, all known each other since kids, and we all say whatever is on our mind. If I need to be checked, Darnell gonna say some shit I might not want to hear. He needs some, I might say some shit to him he might not want to hear. My boy Justin, my college friend, he might say something to me I don't want to hear. Vice versa. My whole world is full of accountability. That's all we talk about. As a matter of fact, me and my friend Justin, if too long go past without one of us calling each other out and saying what we need to do better or what we need to be working on or what we are working on, we'll just bring it up. Say, man, I don't even want no friends around me who won't call me out, and neither do my friends. And so I'm always appreciative to the ones who support me, because you got to realize it takes a lot of balls to turn and hit to hit record in real time, deliver a podcast giving your absolute truth, and then letting the world hear it every day for hours. You know why? Because everybody wants to judge. Everybody wants to pick and prod at whatever you say. But the key to this game and the key to this business that I'm in, you can't get caught up in that. I'm not caught up in everybody's opinions. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to do my job and deliver the news. God has blessed me in a way where I have a family support system. And I hope and pray everybody has a great support system, because they mean a lot. When I get off this podcast, I'm going to call my friend Justin. We're going to talk about our sons. We're going to talk about the life we're building for them. I might go to the beach with my best friend Darnell and talk about what we've been through and what we did. I'm going to call or text my mom, and we're going to laugh and joke. And my mom going to tell me about some of the comments she read. I got a beautiful mom. My mom loved me to death. I'm so proud that my mom is able to read all the hateful comments and keep a smile on her face and know her son can handle it. Because, Mom, you raised a strong young man. Very strong. Strong enough to take all kind of punishment and not deliver it back, because I ain't a bully. I'm going to tell you straightforward whatever it is, and then, hey, after that, I let the chips fall where they fall. But to get up and I don't edit. Ain't no redos. I get my ass up, I kick record, and whatever I say, I push it out to the atmosphere. You know why? Because we don't bite tongues in our family. If it's in me, it needs to come out me. And so shout out to y'all, a community that makes me feel comfortable, that y'all understand this is not something most people could do. Do you understand getting up in Monday through Friday and giving your opinion on all these controversial cases for 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, forever? With 1 million people tune into my content every day. That's 1 million people with opinions about what they think I should say and shouldn't say and what I should do. And even some of the ones in my "and I don't like it" army, they worry. They say, hey, Flo, don't burn yourself out. And I tell them I appreciate that, but I would never burn myself out. I love what I do, and it's not burning to me. This is what I love to do. So I always want to shout them out, and while I'm shouting those people out, let's thank the subscribers, the people that make this thing go, the people that say, Flo, I got your back. Keep doing what you do. I know it ain't easy. You got people that leave a comment on on social media, and one person say something, they going crazy. I get 1,000 comments, and it don't affect me. I'm always worried about my mama and what she got to say, and what and so when my mom is able to see the hateful comments or see everybody thinking they can, judge me and tell me what I should do, what I shouldn't do, how I should handle that, it more hurts me, because the people around me that know me every day, know my heart, and know that I'm the type to go through hell and not even punish the person who took me through that hell. When they see me do that, they are the ones hurt by it. And that is what gets to me. I can take it. I can take it. I'm built for it. They say, why? They say Flo. Well, they don't even call me Flo. They say Book. It's stuff that they want me to speak on, I would never speak on. That's not my style. They say, Book, why? Let your people know that you're good. You got family. You got people that love you. You got people you talk to every day for 3-4 decades that been having your back, that love you to death, that got your back. Let them know that. And so I'm letting y'all know that. I want everybody to help everybody in this world, y'all. I want help the people who need it. I got a family. I got a great family structure. I got a lot of people that talk to me, that know me, know my son, know my heart, know they're going to tell me what I need to do, and what I got people that know me who do that. And that's a blessing. So I appreciate the help. I appreciate the concern, but sometimes I want to tell people, go to the people who need it. I'm fine. I want the people who need the help. I want people who need the advice. I want them to get the help. God blessed me with a beautiful family who got my back since the beginning, and that's who I talk to. If I'm worried or concerned about something, I'm talking to my mom. I'm talking to my boy Darnell. I'm talking to my boy Justin. I'm talking to my best friend. I'm talking to my longtime friend Cash. And so we're gonna thank these subscribers, but it's just we getting to the point, it's getting a little emotional to me for me, because we're getting to the point where we're actually at the trial. And when we all came together, it seemed like this trial wasn't gonna never fucking start. But here we are. And so let me thank the subscribers. Like I said, I'm so appreciative. This is why I take the time to thank every subscriber and every shopper that I can. Y'all don't know, y'all mean the world to me. Y'all have become my family outside of my family, and I don't take any of that for granted. So let me thank David. David with the $5 donation. Clap it up for you. David, I appreciate it. It means the world to me, the support. You don't have to do it. You chose to do it. And I love you for that. What is that? Kim Davis. Davis? I guess that's Davis. I never seen Davis spelled. She might have had a typo. Kim Davis with an $8 donation. And one just came, Lindsay. I got so many Lindsay. Lindsay with a $4 donation. And let's go to the subscriber of the day. Stephanie. That's Stephanie with a P. So Stephanie, same last name as me. Come on now. This might be family. Stephanie White with the 12. I mean, not 12. What am I? I'm sorry, y'all. These numbers are blurry. With what's that? $10 donation. Thank you, Stephanie. And thanks to all the subscribers. Y'all are the reason. I love that we can come here and do what we do. But this, back to the Diddy trial. That's what we all here for. This is what we come together for. And this trial is going to be one for the ages. If you know how many ups and downs we had during getting to the trial, can you imagine how many ups and downs and roller coasters we are about to ride as we get into this trial? Diddy is assembling lawyers like the Avengers. Will it work? Brian Steele, he goes so hard. If I'm not mistaken, if you remember, Brian Steele went to jail for his during the trial. I don't know, it was kind of weird, but he went so hard for Young Thug. I think the judge locked his ass up for a weekend. Brian Steele is very aggressive. Diddy has him now. It's almost like the drugs and everything, all the party life and everything wore off. And it's like Diddy woke up and he said, I ain't got a shot. I don't have a snowball's chance in a sauna with this team. Prep is unbelievable. Prep is unbelievable. This is just the preparation for this trial. It's just gonna be the trial of the century, y'all. So all I can say is, y'all know y'all been watching, y'all been with me on this trial forever. All the beautiful people. I give y'all content every day. I'm in y'all face every day, even on the weekends. If to get you through the podcast, I'm dropping some new content on my Instagram and my Facebook. I try to give y'all some new content every day. I've been like that for the last 2.5, almost, I guess it'll be 3 years soon. I know it's 2.5 years. And I will continue to do that. Now, when you think about the OJ trial, like I said, we didn't see the race car coming at all until the trial. It shocked us all. They broke down Mark Furman. They said he planted evidence. Everybody in the world thought OJ was going to prison for life. And then the trial started. And OJ was found innocent. Shocked the world. I'm saying that to say there's people in my comments like, it's so much evidence on Diddy. He ain't going. I mean, he going down, and he don't have a chance. And I'm like, that sounds good, and I'm glad that you want justice for the victims, and I'm glad you're confident. But let's not be overconfident. Let's focus. Everybody focus and do their job. But I'm just not going to ever be overconfident, especially when I see what I see in front of me. This is something that we all gonna have to watch very closely. I've never seen nobody change their legal team and bolster it up this much at the last second. Diddy could have did this at any time. But I think Mark Garagos, because his daughter, Tini Garagos, was on the team. I think Mark Garagos called his daughter and said, hey, y'all need a little help. And things have been different ever since. Yep. And Patricia, you made a good point. They used the race card on OJ because he was losing and they had to do something. And that's my whole point about these trials are unpredictable. My whole point of what I was leading to, saying to people who are overconfident, talking about all the evidence, I just want you to be clear that it's not only about the evidence. The evidence is what we see, and then we look at the evidence and we say, did he guilty or did he innocent? That's us sitting at home. But in the actual trial, it's about who performs better. Does the prosecution hold it down and continue to cook? Or does the defense, will they cook and get Diddy off? Sadly, evidence plays a role, but it's not the only role. If the prosecution don't perform and do their job every day of that trial, they could lose. And if the defense plays around and don't do their job, every day of this trial, Diddy gonna rock. Or we could have a scenario where they both cooking and they both stalemate, and now we just waiting for the jury. We don't know who did it. The defense did their thing, the prosecution did their thing, and now we sitting waiting on the jury. Which is why I told you the most important part of a case is jury selection. I told y'all that months ago. You see how much focus is being put on the jury selection now. A lot of gamesmanship. We didn't even see gamesmanship before. If you think about it, we didn't see any gamesmanship from Diddy's legal team. They were fumbling over baby oil and dildos. Talking about they got baby oil from Costco. Costco coming out talking about, man, we don't sell no damn baby oil. They couldn't even mention, Diddy and his legal team couldn't even mention the baby oil no more. What type of horrible defense are you doing? You don't even know what you have and who sells what. Well, that dumpster fire is over. And with Diddy inserting Garagos, and with Diddy inserting Brian Steele, and possibly another black female attorney, who knows, he might feel like Brian Steele is enough. We will see. But now we got what me and my dad used to always call a humdinger. And in our version of humdinger, a humdinger is when you just don't know exactly what the hell is going to happen. It's just even in your mind. So y'all, I'm officially letting y'all know this is a trial now. And you know, I'm always going to tell y'all exactly what I'm reading from the tea leaves. Up until last week, I was reading that Diddy had the worst legal team, or his legal team was doing the worst job, a terrible job. Well, Garagos has changed all that, y'all. And I'm going to need y'all to tune in. I'm going to need y'all to pay attention. I'm going to need everybody focused. This is probably the single most important, biggest, nastiest, egregious trial we've ever had. But of all that nastiness and all that ugliness, I just feel good to know I have a solid community behind me to go through this shit with. Much love to everybody. Flow Show, no filter. Trial just heated up. Who knows what's going to happen next? But one thing we do know is your boy Flo going to cover it and break it the fuck down. Love y'all. Bye. As always, I love y'all. But I'm out. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Yes, sir. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. And another one bites the dust. Man, y'all, another one bites the dust. Let's get Apple and Spotify loaded up. Oh my God. What a trial. What a trial. Apple and Spotify, let's get you going. Let's see. Please. Oh man, come on. Why do you do this every time? Let's see if we have an issue. Matter of fact, let me just take my ass outside. I ain't about to play. I ain't about to wait. Thank you, Kobe. I appreciate you, Kobe. I appreciate you, Kobe. Kobe, you never switch up. One thing about Flo, I never switch up. I never switch up. God bless me way too much to ever switch up. Blessed. Like my mom always say, life is good. Life is good, Kobe. And when you got people like Kobe that got your back and C-Tuck and never switching up, man, that means the world to me. It does, man. Thank you, Kobe. Kobe, Juan, Shinobi. Okay, we got it back going. What a beautiful day, man. Birds chirping, roosters roostering. Hey, people have to, man. It's not like one thing about life, man. You have to move on with your life. If you disagree, go ahead. But I'm here, man. I don't have to argue with nobody. I don't have to explain. I just wish people would just, live your life. Whatever you want to do what's gonna make you happy. Like that's all it's about. I would never, to be honest, I would never control or tell nobody what to do with their life, and I would never want nobody to tell me. Exactly. We just move accordingly. Thank you, C Tuck. I ain't bother nobody. You have to come to me to bother me. I will never go bother anybody. I'll stay right in my world and hope the best for everybody. So but thank you, C Tuck. That because one thing about it, when things play out, all you have to do is remain patient, let them play out. Everybody will see what's real and what's going on. I will never say anything bad about nobody. I would definitely tell my truth, but I won't. It's not even. I don't even care. But the thing is, you can't control nobody, and ain't nobody gonna control me, and I don't try to control nobody. It's people who really need help. Go help those people. Don't give help where it's not wanted. It's so many people out here that need help. Don't give it where it's not needed, not wanted. Just go help those that need it, y'all. That's the one thing I would tell people. I'm fine. I'm more than fine. And I got a lot of people who actually know me in real life who I can talk to. Fortunately, I can go to them who actually know me, who actually know my life, who actually know everything. I would never put anybody's word who don't know me from a can of paint over my damn mama. Ever. So I love it like that. I love my mama. I love everybody. I want everybody to do their thing. I'm not gonna bother or pester nobody or anything. I stay in my own world and wish everybody the best. Some people, they want to control, but you can't control people, man. You gotta know that people are living their life according to what they need, how they need to live it. And that's just that. But it's one thing about it. It's a lot of people that know Harold and know Book. If you only know Flo, come on, I'm not. I can't put with so much stock in it. I mean, you just know Flo. I don't put stock in people who I don't even know. I've never seen in person. I know people from social media, and let's enjoy each other. But I have a real family that really knows me, that really knows my son, who is really impacted, and that's who opinions I value, and that's just how it goes. I love everybody, but I can't take opinions or anything about my family and what I do with people that I don't even know. People can't tell you what my favorite color is. They don't know none of that. You don't know what my favorite food is. You don't know anything about me. So it's not, I would never get caught up in anybody's opinion. I wouldn't I'll let nobody do that. And the thing about me, I'm just going to tell you to your face. If you can handle it, handle it. But if you can't, that's not my problem. I feel good. I don't have no energy to run around pestering anybody. I don't have energy for that. I'm uploading my podcast, and in a minute, I'm going to go. But thank you, C-Tuck. But thank you, Kobe. I really appreciate it, man. Y'all my dogs. That's just that. Oh, yeah, mama always know best. I talk to my mama. I love my mom. I talked to her yesterday. I talk to her anytime I get a chance. As a matter of fact, I've been working so hard, I hadn't been able to talk to her as much. I'm so happy that we are able to talk more now because my schedule has freed up. I'm able to talk to my mom more, man. My mom is just the best. And that's that. Damn thing is dying. I hope this plug on the porch works. Man, people really, it's funny how people see. The thing is, everybody gotta focus. Focus on your own world. When anybody focus on my world too much in my personal life and really don't know me, it feels awkward. It feels like maybe something at home ain't right, that's not going right or something. I don't know what it is, but to be so concerned about what I'm doing and you don't know me, it kind of is like kind of strange, but I deal with it. I'm gonna do what my mom, I'm gonna do what my mother and my family wants me to do every time. And I'm talking to them. I don't hear or care about what anybody else has to say about what I should do. And I don't know how many different ways I can say it. Very respectfully, no problem at all. But I'm gonna always side with my mom. I'm always gonna side with my mother every single time. And she told me how to handle it. And I'm handling everything. Oh, Eugene Patterson. Wow, y'all. Eugene. Eugene, what's up? Hey, Eugene, type something in the thing. You love when the last time you talked to my mom, Gene? Hey, Gene, why is it so fitting that you came on here and heard me talking about how much I love my mom? Tell the world how much I love my mama, Gene, and you love my mama too. I used to get mad. They always be talking about, boy, you look just like your mom. I'll be like, oh, my mama a girl. I don't look like no girl. So good to see Eugene in the chat. Eugene saw me come in the world, Gene. Man, I don't hey, Gene. My boy. Yeah, of course it's live, Gene. Man, they pushing his content out so crazy. Yeah, hey, Kobe. Hey, Kobe. I do. Hey, look, y'all know my glasses story, Kobe. I put on my glasses at 7 years old. They got crushed in my book bag. And that was the end of it. And here I am to this day, still not wearing my glasses. Oh, you driving? Okay, where you headed, Gene? Oh, let me see if the load is up. Life, hey, what was that Tupac song? Life goes on. What perfect timing for Gene to come into this live. Damn, Gene, you always had perfect timing. But what I'm gonna do when this live is over, text my mom, wait for her to text me back. Text my son, make sure he see what he needs. Is he going to prom? Does he need something for graduation? I've been making sure he had everything. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get a ring. I didn't want none of that stuff, but I didn't get anything when I graduated. I just graduated and got my cap and gown and all of that. But I want to make sure I told my son, I want to give you buy it, get whatever, get a ring, get your get your pictures, get the top pictures, whatever you want. Enjoy your senior year. He deserves it. And just a bright, great kid. And to share senior years with my best friend, we both got a kid in their senior year. We both have a kid in their senior year, and we are sharing their senior years together. My best friend from 4 years old. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being 4 years old, meeting somebody, and then y'all grow up to have kids together, like kids who are on the same age, and now you look, y'all both old man, and y'all both got seniors ready to graduate. What a time. What a time. But one thing about it, thanks, Michelle. Michelle Clark says, I just had a major setback surgery, so I've had lots of time to find someone I feel is genuine. Just started listening to you. I got my husband to listen to you too. Much love, bud. Thank you, Michelle Clark. I appreciate you. And I'm glad that you enjoy the content. And, you know, you don't have, like, one thing about me, my parents, my mom, we always believe everybody don't want to hear, everybody ain't gonna like what you say, but that's the thing about truth. It don't care about if you like it or not. It's just is what it is. And as you on the other side of it, as another adult, just accept that person's truth or not. You can't control nobody. You can't step into nobody. You don't know. I would never step in and make rash decisions and stuff on people. You don't know people's situation. You don't know the story. You just, I don't know, something in you that you're trying to get off. I don't know. But I love it. I don't have a care in the world. Life is good. Everybody's good. The community is good. Anybody that has anything past, life is good and upset about something, that's your problem. That's their problem. Don't make their problem your problem. I'm happy. So I just want everybody else to figure out a way to find their happiness. Your happiness ain't gonna come and controlling another person. That ain't gonna never work. Your happiness got to come from you and yourself and your family and your life. Can't control what somebody else do with their life at all. And so I appreciate it. If you join the team, I appreciate it. If you're not on the team, hey, I appreciate it. Do what makes you happy. I spoke on what I spoke on. Like, once I speak on what I got to speak on, that's it. Life goes on. I got a lot to do. I got a lot of people to talk to. I got a lot of stuff to do. And so thank you for everybody for participating in this thing we call life. The thing is, it's dead. I'm never bringing it up. I'm never bringing nothing up again. That's cool. It's whatever. People have the right to their opinion. I've already said, great for your opinions. Everybody's opinion has it. It don't make one iota with me. I got my mother and my family, and that's who I listen to, and that's who I cherish, and that's who cherish me and mine. Nope. People don't care what my son, what happens to him. I do. And people aren't supposed to. I'm supposed to care. So I don't really get into all of that, man. Just live your life, man. I've said it a million different ways. I accept your opinion. Respectfully, I would appreciate if everybody would just leave me alone about any extraness. Just live your life. I'm living mine. I'm loving mine. Can't wait to get off this live and talk to my mom. That's who I'm waiting to talk to, not people on the internet that don't even know me. Like, it's cool, but at some point it's almost like, are you okay? Okay, Apple and Spotify is loaded. The making of Diddy's Dream Team. Nice name. Publish. So y'all, anybody, if you got any questions or anything, shoot now. Apple and Spotify is loaded. Everybody find their happiness. I found mine. I'm not worried about it. I will never chase anybody around to harass them. You come here, you come to my show, you come into my house. So act accordingly. You don't come to somebody's house and just do whatever you want. So I don't really, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. But it don't bother me or nothing. I just wish people would just do their own thing. We got all the internet is huge. We got a world that's huge. But if you right here to harass me, that says way more about you than it ever say about me. I'm done with it. I have nothing to say towards it. I hope everybody is doing well. I've said numerous times, respectfully as an adult, I don't want the advice. I've heard it. That's your opinion. And that's that. If you can't live with that, I don't know what else to tell you. If you just want to keep harassing, then just do that. But I don't have no ill feelings at all towards anybody. I'm living my life at all. I'm too happy. You know, when you genuinely happy, I don't have a bone in my body. I speak when I speak, and then that's that. I don't have a phony bone in my body. So shout out to everybody out there on Facebook, on Instagram. Make sure you join the army. I appreciate all y'all. And like C Tuck said, he said it best. Was understood, don't need to be said. Go find your happiness, y'all. I want everybody to be happy. But your happiness ain't gonna be in control of nobody else. I'm out. Much love.